This is a complete take two. I filmed all these swatches and was just not happy with the edit. It was off camera a little bit. Just wasn't happy with the whole video, so I had to scrap the whole video. Excuse me. And I'm just going to start over. So a lot of these will look already swatched, but I figured I'm going to do the best I can, and if I have to redo something, I have to redo it. So I'm going to start with the Profusion, and this is highlight and bronzer duo, and this is blush and highlight duo. So I will open these both up right here. And I have my little swabs out. For these, I'm going to use my finger. I think this kind of stuff works best. Maybe some eyeshadows, I might use the swabs, but I have a wipe. I might just use my finger to swatch because I think sometimes, especially on this stuff, it works better. So we're just going to swatch this, which right here, beautiful. And I'm just going to put it on my hand. And I know you can see that right there, beautiful. And then the bronzer, from what I remember, was pretty light in tone, which it is. It's right there. I mean, I can try again, which I don't mind light because then I can go over it. I mean, you guys can see that. I do believe it's pretty. So then I'll go into this one, which would be considered this is highlight, and yeah, this is a highlighter, which I don't think I would. It's this one right here. Let me get them out of the way. I don't necessarily think I would use that as a highlighter. I probably would use that as a shadow because I'm not into that color for bronzer. And then let's try this. And this feels, it's like creamy. It's a little patchy, as you can see that. And it's patchy going on. I would never use this for blush. I don't like the shimmer factor. So there they are. Highlight, bronzer, highlight, and blush. Okay, I'm just wiping these off. My finger anyway. And then along with the theory of highlight, blush, I'll wipe that. I also have the Tarte Breezy Cream Blush, and this was the Pink Sky that I got from Boxy. See product on the table. And that's what this looks like right here. This is really pretty, and I'm going to maybe go on my other hand. I mean, it's definitely creamy. I'll just slip these off to the side, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can put it that way. So you can see it on my finger. And I'll come over here. I mean, it's just such a pretty blush. And you can go, you know, as light or as dark as you want, I think. I have used this already, and I love the other one, which is more peachy. But this, it's not a bright pink by any means. So that is here, which is from Profusion Blush and Highlighter Duo. Probably would use these more as they're supposed to be used for highlight and bronzer, like them, and I love this. That's a favorite, and I love the other one too, but I do enjoy Tarte very much, so that is those. So I have the two Profusion palettes that came in the advent calendar. You can see, I mean, they are, I will open these, and like I said, this is take two. And there are like shade names on the little paper. So I'm going to open these. There was only one out of all these that I just didn't like. These are not so easy to open. Okay. So you can see that they are similar. Not exactly the same, like a little bit more pinks, more neutral to berries to black, where this is like neutrals, bronze, and then like more like orangey terracotta shades with brown. So they are slightly different. So I'm going to, hopefully you can still both see them. I'm going to check. Move them back just a hair. I'll come over this way a little bit. And I'm actually gonna, the first time I did it, I used my swabs, but I'm gonna try using my finger because, like, I think shades like these would work better using your finger. I do have some wipes here. Make sure everything's good and dry. And we're just gonna start. So this one here, I mean, they feel nice. It's a little, like, chunky. It feels a little chunky anyway, but it's pretty. Hopefully you can see that. Right, like that. So then we'll go to this shade, which feels wonderful, but see, that's more of like a pink berry tone. A little patchy there, but definitely a shimmer. I mean, they really do feel nice to your finger. So that's just like a neutral here. Not really, you know, they go on nice. Let's try this one. That is that shade. Hopefully you can see these. I mean, they look like they're a little patchy, but, you know, like if you were going over it with your brush, they would not be. So now I have a wipe here. I'm trying to control the amount of shadow that, let me just try to get this stuff off my fingers so I can reuse them. Let's keep you straight. That's the only bad thing about using your fingers, is this stuff gets everywhere. But I wanted to, even though the swabs work well, but I figured, you know what, let me just do it the old-fashioned way this time. And, you know, maybe some of the other palettes I'll try with the swabs, but I think these would be better. I mean, you can see so far. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4. So, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll use this one. And this one feels very, like, chalky to me on my finger, but it goes on nice. I mean, you can see that if you were to go over it, it does go on very nice. This one feels better. And that's more, it looks like more of a purple, brown purple right there. Hopefully you guys can still see. Now, black is black. I'm not going to go too dark with that, but you can go light. Or if you want to really build it up and go dark, you can. So that is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for this first palette. Not bad. I'm going to use a new wipe because I need to wipe my arm off and get this black off. And these, you know, they're pigmented shades. Trust me. Like, you can see my fingers. It's taken a minute to get this stuff off. Things that are pigmented, I mean, I would use an eye base anyway, just because I think it helps with shadows and shimmers and all that. Plus, it, if anything, like sometimes these tones, berries and reds, black, can stain your eye. Definitely reds because of the pigment. But just use a base, an eyeshadow base. You know, use concealer, use, you know, a little bit more than foundation, I would think, just to, and I have a little towel here to dry everything off so that everything's good and dry. Okay, so that's this first palette. And like I said, there is a shield here that tells you the shade names. I'm just going to put that back so we're done with this one. So now I'll just put this one in the front and go to this one. And of course my nose is runny today. This is the one I didn't like. It seemed, you can see in here, very flaky and chunky, but maybe you need, you know, to wet your brush, all that, to have it apply nice. But I just didn't care for this at all. I mean, it seems a little bit, you can see it's moving around on and doesn't seem to want to stick. So, like, I don't know if you were to pat it on. Nah, see, like, it's not, it's just going on chunky. So I would tend to think you would need some kind of wet your brush or some kind of product to help put that on. I can't think of what the product is called, but I think you would need something. So let's move to this one, and this one feels nice, but you can see a little chunk, but it doesn't go on chunky. Could have just been how I grabbed it, but that's pretty. So this was really the only one I didn't care for. These all feel beautiful. A lot of nice shimmers. Look how pigmented that is. Beautiful. And then this one feels nice too for a powder. Goes on nice. All buildable. So if you wanted to make that really dark, just go in again. And then we have this one, which is pretty. Nice little, we start to get into some browns, light browns. But like I said, if you want to build it up, it's definitely going to be buildable. I'm going to have to wipe some of these off. Ooh, see that first one is like literally falling off my arm. When I just moved my arm over here, it was like falling off. Oh, this is a mess. Like I'm blending everything all over the place. So I still have 2 to do or 1. This stuff is all over my fingers. I think I have just the 1. And I just wiped them all off my arm, not even thinking about that. Ugh. Okay. Give me a second here. I'm just trying to, and then dry my finger so that it's done. I think I just have this one to do, which is a nice brown right here, as you can see. I'll redo this one because I wasn't sure if I did get it. So there, I mean, beautiful brown. So that's this one. I don't like this first one. It's just too chunky for me. Couldn't work with it. Like some of these pans are kind of a mess. It's all in the lid of this. And this does have, you know, the shade names. Like it's all over the place. So I'm not a fan of that at all. I mean, that's definitely like a chunky, I need another wipe. I don't know where my wipes are. I need another wipe. So I'm not a fan of the very first one here, but all the other ones seem very nice. And I would use all these for sure. I have nothing but glitter all over my arm now. So hopefully that doesn't affect the rest of the palettes. So let me get the next, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 eyeshadow palettes to share with you. So let me move on to the next one. So this next palette is from Ice Cream Beauty box, from the November box. And I shared it in the beginning of December. Very nice palette. So let's just get started. I did try to wash everything off, and some of them did stain my fingers. So do I want to use swabs for all these palettes? I might use my swabs so that I'm not staining my fingers so much. So I'll just grab a whole bunch out because I have a few palettes to share with you. And put you off to the side. I do have a wipe in case I need it. And then I'll put all the used swabs on my little cloth. I have another one. So let's just start here. And this was a pretty white. And I put it on that side specifically. I don't know if the lighting is going to show this. It is a beautiful white. Oh, I'm trying not to move the palette. It would be a great brow, inner corner, all that good stuff to use. This next one is pretty too. And we'll just come right next to it. It's light, but buildable. So I'll show you. I'll come over it and do it again. So it's definitely buildable to give you a pretty shade. This one, I do believe, if I remember, was kind of light too. It's really, on the swabs, you can't really see too well, but that's pretty light. And I prefer a little light, and I'd rather go over it more than once. So there's 3. And then this one is the 4th one. And these are really pretty, not patchy at all. And I'll go over them twice to show you, since they are kind of light, that they're buildable. I mean, you could go again and again and again. So let's use the second row right here. Really, I mean, these are, in my opinion, pretty tones that I would definitely use right there. Pretty brown, because it's not super dark. Some of them are so dark when you first use them. Great for your crease, outer corner, whatever. This is a pretty shade. I'm trying to use my arm to hold the palette right here. It's sort of brown, but with a little bit of orange base right there. So there, got one more here, and this one. It's pretty right there. Just another neutral, but a little bit more orange base. Get rid of that. And then down here we have a nice brown. I'm trying to get my arm out of the way so you guys can see. Super light right here, but buildable. This shade was pretty too, from what I remember. A little bit more pigmented. And this was like a light gray, like a black gray, with some black undertones, but just a pretty gray. So if you didn't want to use black, which there is a black, which is black, very black. So, oops, start up here. Here's the white. The next color, next color, next color. First row, second row is here, 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 and here. And then the last row is here, 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 and here. The only one I probably would never touch is the black. I would use this. And I would definitely use this white for like underneath my brow bone, inner corner. And I would even put that like in the front, like along my lash line. After, you know, I have color, and pop a little bit at it in like the center, and it really pops your eyes. I wonder if you like wet any of these, if they would be a little bit more vibrant, but this is a beautiful palette. I mean, I love everything. If this black wasn't there and another shade was there, this would be, you know, 100% usable for me. I like this palette. So let's, not really a lot of product, and this is what it looks like. I don't know if it's going to probably blow that out. Lash Step. I can see this already getting dirty. The leather. It's a beautiful leather palette there, the front. Let me take all these off. I did, like I said, I washed my arm because all that glitter was on my arm. And then we'll move on to the next one, which, and then I'll dry my arm with this so that nothing is wet. And I can use this to block a mirror. Okay. So the next one I'm going to show you is Lurella Silent Night. Right here, I can use the cover. Here's what the palette looks like there. Beautiful mirror. It does have, so I'm going to try to put it that way. I guess I don't need this. Hopefully that's all in view for you. I'm just verifying. Yeah, that is not going to, let me see if I just put it this way instead, if that's, yeah, I think that's a little bit better for you. Let's get all this powder off. You can see all the shades. Okay, we'll do it that way. Okay, I heard a delivery truck, so I'm waiting for some packages. Christmas packages being delivered today. So I'm going to continue just to use the swabs. You know what, maybe I will take that away and just block the mirror. This way I can lean on the palette. The shimmers, I might just use my finger, just because I just think they work better if you, I'll put them over here, use your finger. I mean, you can use the swabs, they work, but I think that shows up much better. So let's use the swab here. And this, the first one is bright. This is moonlit, like more like an olivey green. Let me see if I can grab a hold of that. Super light, but my kind of shade. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's beautiful. So I'm going to rest that. And then this one is Glow. I mean, these are beautiful. Lurella's palettes are just stunning. And this, yeah, True Purple. This is Pure. It's like a putty gray. You know what I mean? It's not, this palette's moving all over the place. It's very light. So I'm going to try to pick up a little bit more to show you. Like, you can definitely build that up right there. And then I'll put that there. And then we have, so I use those two fingers. This is Angel. I mean, these are stunning. Look at them. Beautiful. Let me get these off my fingers so that we can do the next row. And I'll just do the shimmers with my finger this way. I think that's a better depiction of them. I'll just wipe that off. Just wipe it off on my pants. So then we're going to come down here and go to Dusk. This is pretty too. This is almost like a, it's definitely purple, but it has a little bit of like a gray undertone. I'll use my arm as the block there. I mean, very pretty. And then we got to do this one. I mean, these are stunning. Look at that. And not as bright as you would think. I'll try to get that off right away. Okay. So then here, that was Peace, and this is Silent. And this is a true, like, gray. Right there. And buildable if you want to build it up and make it darker. And the edges do, like even with these swabs, the edges do blend out. So you're not, you can see that. You can blend that out so that you're not getting anything harsh, which I like. We'll put you down over here for a second. And we have to go into this one, which is Nightingale. And that's just basically like a copper, bronzy copper shade. And then we'll go back to here. Twilight is definitely a light gray. And that's very, very light. I'm going to try to use my finger and see if I can pick up more product. So it's definitely buildable. I mean, it goes on light, but it does show up. So let me just wipe my fingers clean, because the next one, which is down here, Star, is a shimmer. Probably getting this stuff everywhere. Let me wipe my hand dry. So here, this one, and this one has some black in it. Can you see the black? So I'm just going to turn my arm and come this way. You can see that it definitely has some black in it. Without a doubt. I want to take that right off my finger so that the next one is not, because these will stain. Let's go back to these. This is a nice brown, and some of them do kick up in the pan a little bit. So here's a nice brown, and not patchy. Sometimes browns can be patchy, but not. But once again, you know, you can blend out any harsh edges. Holy is light, in my opinion. Let's just come up here. Like, you can barely see that. You can, but it's just very light. That one's done. And then I'll show you the black. I'm just gonna come right here and show you the black, and then I'll put that down, and then we'll do Heavenly. And I'll just come here with Heavenly. I mean, you can see that. Stunning. There's nothing about this. I mean, I could do without the blacks every single time. Not necessary for me, but, you know, some people do like them to have a black. You can use it for liner. You can, you know, You can deepen an outer corner with it if you're just not getting there with some browns, or if you just need that little hint of something, you know, go light-handed, because, you know, they are generally very pigmented. So that is the Lurella palette. Very, very pretty. The next palette is from Violet Voss, and it's Olive You Forever. I have wanted this palette for so long and was so happy to have received this in my mystery boxes from BoxyCharm. So here, I'm going to use all swabs for this one to see how these perform. I've heard good things about this palette, so I'm excited. And this is Olive Me. So let's just put you on right there. Oh, that's pretty. I like. We'll come across. I'm going to try to hold this still. Very nice. I like. And the next one, what? I can't even see the shade names. That was Wishful. This one here is Charmed. I'm just trying to pick up all the product there. So this is going to be a deeper brown. Definitely nice. And then this is black. Very pigmented. So we'll get rid of that now. I still had some room on this one. The next one, and this is Infinity. This is Olive You. Are you with like a duo, or what are you? You can see that stuff is falling right off that. I don't know if that's like a duo or not. I don't know. This is Wink. Next. That's like a light pink. Like a mauve. Maybe more of like mauve. I think you guys can see that. The next one is Endless Desire. I'm so happy I finally have this. Oh, nice. That's why my fingers are getting dirty touching that. Very nice. This one is, what is this one? Infatuated. Yeah, Infatuated is this one. It's again not patchy at all. Very nice. This is Juicy. That's probably going to be bright. Yep, like a bright bronze copper color. That's beautiful. With some of these, so pretty. Let's go to this side. Then we have Major Spotlight. I got the light going right on here, and I can't even see these. So this looks like a silver. Let me see there. That is pretty. I don't generally see them that light. This is Lovebird. So there's a whole row of shimmers. There's a lot of shimmers in this palette. I don't mind though. So a lighter version of like, that's pretty. That is really pretty. Almost like a peachy shimmer. Let's get another one. And then this is Olive Glow. Pretty green. Let's come up here. Oh, that is pretty. Wow, that's a pretty palette. So here's Olive Me. So we'll right here. Wishful, Charmed, Infinity, Olive You, Wink, Endless Desire, Infatuated. Then down here is Juicy, Major Spotlight, Lovebird, and Olive Glow. Beautiful palette. Let's get blow some of them out there so that they're not. I'm so happy with this. Like I said, I wanted this so much and never got it. And I figured I'm not going to buy it. And then when it came in my mystery boxes, so I actually have one to share, which I'm excited for. And then I have one more palette. I need to get a wipe and wipe my arm off. And then I will return and we'll swatch the Tresluce palette. So I just got done swatching all of my palettes that I was going to swatch for today. And today I'm going to do a giveaway. I am well aware today is Christmas Day, so happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and I hope you're having a wonderful day with your family and friends. And it's going to be an all skincare giveaway. No makeup, all skincare. And the keyword is popping up as I speak. You need to email me with the email address that is in the beginning part of the giveaway rules. Email that address with the keyword. The keyword is 2 words. You don't have to capitalize it if you don't want 2 words. You'll email me and you'll be entered. If you are publicly subscribed, have followed all the giveaway rules, you'll be entered for a chance to win an all skincare box. This giveaway will end on January the 8th, 2023. You still have to leave a comment in this video. I think it's in your best interest not to include the keyword in your comment. Don't alert other people what the keyword is. Make them watch the video just like you did. So this is I'm filming this at the very end so you can see all the palettes that I did swatch. Oh, I have makeup everywhere. I'm just going to insert this somewhere in the video. So, you know, it's just going to pop up real fast. And I appreciate all of you. And this is just a little gift back to someone who enters. Thank you all. So this palette came in my Boxy Premium for December, right there. Let me take it out of the box. I'm excited for this. Get rid of the box. Don't need that up here. And this is what the palette looks like. It's a beautiful palette. Beautiful palette. It's all, you know, flat there. It does have a really nice mirror. It does have a protective shield, and I will block the mirror so that I can lay it flat. And like this is a chunky glitter, so we might need something to adhere that. What is that product called that you can use for chunky glitter? Is this some kind of a glue? I can't think of what it is. You guys know what I'm talking about. So this here is definitely chunky and probably would need to have something wet in order for it to adhere. Oh no, that's like a foil. Wow, that is beautiful. I'm just going to wipe that off my finger. That's the only one I'm going to swatch like that because that definitely looked like a foil. This one kind of does too, where these look like shimmers. So let's just get right in here and see what we have. This one's very light. It's like a light, and so this is called A New Day. This is ethereal. That's a pretty purple. Let's see if we can put a little bit more of that on. Hopefully you guys can see that. Next we have Paz, P-A-Z. I mean, these are small pans, but that's fine. That's pretty. It's like that's definitely a pink, but not bright pink. And then next we have Serenity. You get more, you know, a lot of pans this way, a lot of color choices. That, I don't know if I would ever use that or not. But not bad. And this is Ease. Right here. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would use either one of them. I might, you never know. Let's try this one. This is Wealth. And it is picking up. Let's see if it puts it down. Yeah, so that's light, like almost like a deep champagne-y color. Look at this. This one, I'm going to try it with this. I don't know if it's going to work. This is, see, it's grabbing it. This is definitely chunky. Starry Night. Yeah, see, it's not even picking it up. So, let's use our finger. Yeah, that's, ooh, can you see that? That's a duo. That looks green here, but you can see it's like turning. And this is, I don't know if you can see that. I can see it under the lights. Almost looks purple. I'm not really getting too much green, just a tiny little bit. That's pretty. I'm trying to keep all this off my fingers. And then we have, I think, one more side. Ooh, that gets everywhere. Here we have Romance. Let's come up here. That's pretty. I like that. Then we have Memories. That's definitely like an orangey base. Yeah, orange. Here we have Esperanza. We're heading into like a little bit of like the mustards, like with these tones. Blessings. A little bit more brown. Here is Twinkle. See, that feels just like these right here where it's not necessarily going to pick it up. Okay, so we'll use our finger and see if we can, definitely a chunkier glitter. Like they feel like a foil. I mean, that is stunning. So these are like more like foils, feel like a foil to me. You would definitely need a product to help stick them on. These are just getting everywhere. I'm trying to control the mess the best I can. I'm getting glitter everywhere. I'll be like feeling like I need to take a bath. So here we have Journey. I don't have any more room, so we'll just smaller right there. That's pretty. Pleasure. Just come right there. That's pretty too. And now one of these is like not a solid color going on. This is Abundance. That's really pretty. That's going to be bright. Yep, that's a bright pink. And then here we have Healing. So let's come here. That's pretty too. Like that. Here we have Miracles. This is a very dark brown. We'll just come up here and yeah, very dark brown. And then here we have Rebirth, which is black. I just right there. So that's that one. Didn't use this one, so we'll put you away. So that's this palette. Let me oh, get that up in your mouth. So that's that palette. This one's interesting. I love these though. I think they're awesome. So we'll just another look here. So this is the first one, the light purple, this lighter, like not really pink, but kind of. And then the next ones, and this here ends this. This, which looks green, is actually, hopefully you guys can see that, more purple. Then we have Romance, Memories, Esperanza, Blessings, and this is Twinkle. That is beautiful. I like this one too. And then down here is Journey, Pleasure, Abundance, Healing, Miracles, which is deep brown, and then Rebirth is black. Beautiful palette. Happy I got this. Tresluce has some nice makeup. Beautiful palette, I think, right there. So I think that's everything. I don't think I missed any palettes to swatch. I'm definitely going to have to go, like, soap up my arm and wash this off. So kind of making a mess. The glitter is getting everywhere, as you can see. Like, it's just giving me a sparkly arm here. So I have all this. We'll just get rid of all that. I don't need the wipes anymore. So let me know your thoughts on these swatches. I think they turned out pretty nice. I do like this a lot. So thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day.